Well, I don't think you'll hear a lot less noise when the coach arrives. I think it'll take the roof off the city of Birmingham. There's a banner directly opposite me, Canada in Birmingham. Well, I don't know whether they get any of this in Toronto or Vancouver or Quebec, but if they do, they'll know exactly what we mean when we say we haven't seen a title here for 71 years. Today, they're going to blow the roof off Birmingham. Back to the studio, and you, Mike. Right again, Mike, it really is tremendous. Since I spoke to you last, which is only a few minutes ago, I would estimate that the crowd is probably doubled by now, and really and truly they're stretching right back down as far as the eye can see. Outside the Council House, directly in front of me, is all the fans. As I said, more banners, more people. The policemen are lining both sides of the road, and they're going to have their work cut out, I fancy, when the coach does arrive here. But really, I think this is a tribute, not so much to a team who haven't won the league for 71 years, but to a man indeed. And that man's Ron Saunders. The banners that you can see, already they're saying, Saunders the Saviour. Well, there's a name to conjure with, I suppose. And really, I think that's what it's all about at the moment. One man is identified with Aston Villa, and although he's the first to give praise to everybody else, it really is Ron Saunders who's built them from the ashes, you might say. A lot of people here, I think, will probably feel, as I feel, that when you think that they were in the third division not so many years ago, and many, many people outside the Council House remember those days. Well, now it really is celebration. The crowd are waiting for the coach to arrive, for the manager to arrive, for the team to arrive, and they're ready to celebrate. The rain is still coming down. It's only a drizzle. There's nobody here going to worry about that, let me tell you. They're standing on the top of buses. They're standing on the top of coaches. They're standing on the top of vans. They're climbing up the telegraph poles at the moment as well, I think. But still, I just hope they don't fall and break their neck, otherwise we'll be carrying a different story. It is absolutely tremendous. What a day. What a day. Mike, I think you can crack a bottle of champagne back in the studio, and the listeners at home, well, they can celebrate with us.
Why not? Why not? Thanks, Tony.
Well, they're crowding in here. In actual fact, we've got estimates, and this was some 10 minutes ago, of 20,000 people here in the city centre. Now, I reckon that's very conservative, quite frankly. I can see all the way down Colmore Row, right to the end of Colmore Circus. The news is that the team, of course, have left the ground. They're on their way here, and both sides of the road are packed solid. You can't move for people. The cars have been almost brought to a standstill. The police, both sides of the road, are keeping an eye on the fans. They're all good-natured. This is a celebration. It's incredible what sort of get-ups we've got here. I can see a poodle decked out in Villa colours, claret and blue, would you believe? There's a guy on crutches. He's got his scarf tied around both of them. The little lads, the banners, the atmosphere. It's an expectancy. I really don't know how to describe the crowd at the moment. They're buoyant. There's no other word for it. They're loving every minute of it. And it is simply a sea of claret and blue. They're on top of buses, cars. They're even sitting on top of the windowsills all the way around the square here. And when you consider that some of them are about 20 foot high from the road, it makes you wonder what's going to happen. Also, directly opposite me, you can see a gantry there where the photographers are waiting to do their thing. And really, it's a carnival atmosphere here. It is celebration, it has been earned, and it's taken 71 years to come to this city. And I can tell you this, when the coach does arrive, the roof will blow. That is an absolute certainty. Tremendous scenes here, Mike. We're waiting for the coach. It's due any minute, and I'll be describing the scenes as it wings its way merrily up the road to the Council House. Tremendous at the moment.
Descriptions only Tony Butler could give us.
The bus is in sight. It's only yards away. The players, the fans are going wild here as they come up Colmore Row. The weather isn't keeping them down. No way. They've waited 71 years for this moment, and they're going to savour every second. The trophy's with them on the top of the bus, and the crowd are simply going mad. It must have grown to around 30,000-40,000. They're in sight. The players are on the top of the bus. Ron Saunders, Peter With is there. In fact, it is absolutely incredible. And in the hands, I can see Alan Evans is holding the trophy. Kenny Swain is doing his thing. And the sea of claret and blue is waving in the wind and the rain. Well done, Villa, says the front of the coach. And really and truly, the scenes are absolutely unbelievable. I think it's a cross between VE Day, D-Day, the Jubilee, and everything else as well. David Geddes is there to savour the atmosphere. The Villa fans are going wild. The supporters are throwing hats at the team. I can even see the banner that says Saunders our saviour. It really is absolutely incredible scenes outside the town hall. And the players, the manager, Ron Saunders holds the trophy aloft, and they're going bananas. There's no other word to describe it. I've never seen any scenes like this before, and I've certainly never been involved in anything quite so dramatic. There's a little old lady in front of me who's in tears down on she's on her knees there on the front there. The kids are waving there. Banners, scarves, teddy bears, gollywogs, you name it. This is a moment they've waited for 71 years. And you can hear them, can't you? Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I can see the physio there, even he's enjoying it. Ron Saunders, you might not believe it, he's actually smiling. I think he's got good cause to. Can you hear this crowd? They're still on the coach, they're waving the trophy, they're waving to their fans. It really is quite extraordinary. All the Villa players are there. Ken McNaught, the man they maligned when they signed him. Do you remember those days? Now he's the hero. Alan Evans, Gary Shaw, you name it, they're there. The trophy's held high. Gordon Callens and Gary Shaw. Colin Gibson doing his thing. Absolutely unbelievable. They're jumping up and down, waving their banners in the air. The crowds are packed solid here. Absolutely unbelievable. The police have linked hands to try and keep them back, but I assure you, as they leave the coach, these fans are going to jam this road completely. No traffic is possible. The streamers are being thrown now, and there it is, absolutely unbelievable. Jimmy Rimmer, of course, doing well. Yes, the boss has smiled. What about that? And he's continuing to smile. Well, I'll pick it up now in just a moment. Stephen will hand back to you. I don't know whether we can get intrepid Howard Bennett down there. I'll call him in and keep our fingers crossed, although whether he can make himself heard, never mind about seeing him this lot, it'd be simply unbelievable. Howard, can you pick us up down on the ground there in front of the town hall? No, I didn't think he would for 1 minute, quite frankly. But really, scenes of jubilation. Absolutely tremendous. The Villa players are throwing scarves, rosettes into the crowd. They're pressing forward. I don't think these police lines will hold for 1 moment. Certainly not. No, they're almost through down directly in front of me. Oh, they call the reinforcements up. The players, I think, are now leaving the coach to make their way to the town hall steps. They'll come straight onto the balcony, and then we'll hear the speeches, and you'll hear this little lot take off yet again. Stephen, I'll hand back to you, and I'll pick it up again when the players make their way onto the balcony. There'll be 3 or 4 minutes, I think, wending their way forward, and the crowd are going to tear this place apart, that's for sure. Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much indeed, Stephen. I think the celebrations have started early in the Council House here. They're already having their little glass, and they're wending their way merrily now onto the balcony, in front, in fact, of this massive crowd. Estimations 20,000. Well, I think you can add another 20 to that. More like 40,000, I would say, at this point in time. And even Ron Saunders has got a broad grin on his face now. How about that? And that's got to be some sort of record. But really, if you can't smile at lifting the title for the first time in 71 years, you'll never be able to smile, will you? The crowd have got the banners ready. They're waiting expectantly as they're just about to come through the door now. You can hear them. We want Saunders, their cry. And not without good cause. The man who's built the Villa, there's no question. From ashes, from 3rd Division, 2nd Division, 1st Division, the man who's battled against all sorts of odds, because let's remember 18 months ago when it could have been all so much different and the critics were sharpening their knives. Well, there's no knives being sharpened today, let me tell you. It's the reverse, in fact. It's celebrations all the way. We're still waiting for the team to come onto the balcony. They're being held up at the door for some strange reason. But I suppose it's one of those things. You've got to cheer. You've got to expect it. I've never seen so many people in the city centre. They're singing, they're waving the banners, and they're about to come. They've even got a teddy bear, a giant Aston Villa teddy bear. Really extraordinary. The one thing I would like to say here and now is that the fans are all good humoured. The weather hasn't dampened their spirits at all. They've forced their way forward now, right in front of the town hall. The road is closed completely. And really, there's nothing that they can do at all. You couldn't get near the place, I don't think, unless you were a bird. And even they have seemed to deserted the centre. I think they've probably found the noise is far, far too much for them. But now they're coming out on the balcony. Ron Saunders is leading his team. And really, what a position to be in at this point in time after 71 years. Now he's been held up at the door again. Oh, well, we've got some false starts here, but don't worry, I'll keep you posted. The one thing I would like to say here and now, though, is this not only the team and the manager, of course. You've got to give a little bit of credit to the board of directors, the men who had the foresight to pick Ron Saunders, to back him all the way, the men who had enough brains and enough know-how and enough knowledge to say, we've got the man, we know what he can do, and we're going to let him get on with it. We can concentrate on the field, he said to me yesterday after their success. And that really is exactly what he's done. And you can't ask for much more, I don't think. And these fans here today, they wouldn't ask for any more. All they care about is the celebrations. Well, we're still waiting for him to come out onto the balcony. I think they're being feted inside rather than outside. But when they do, I'll keep you posted. Stephen, I think you might as well take it back from me now. OK? Right, and I'll keep you posted exactly when they show their faces.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much indeed, Stephen. Well, I don't know about the crankies. I've just been looking at a guy down there who's actually got his hair dyed claret and blue. And that really has to be moving in the right direction, I suppose. The crowd has swelled outside the town hall. I wouldn't really like to estimate that the whole place is absolutely jam-packed with people. So really they must be somewhere in the region of, I don't know, 30, 40 maybe. And if I'm exaggerating, well, it isn't intentional, let me tell you. But that's how many people are here. A sea, as I said earlier, of claret and blue and flags as well. And the team, I hope, are about to step onto the balcony. We're waiting for them now. All the media is here, the television, the radio, the newspapers, well, you name it. And I think everybody, certainly that I know, is already here. And the team are coming out, led, of course, by the Lord Mayor himself. He's in his regalia. The Lady Mayoress and Ron Saunders. Dennis Mortimer behind him with the trophy. Des Bremner, Alan Evans. It can't be back for some people. Well, Ken McNaught, Champagne as well. Gary Shaw, Colin Gibson. As they push their way past me, Gary Williams. It's a pleasure to see so many guys, and I might even get a drink in a minute or two. Oh, the crowd are now waving the flags and the banners. This is what they've been waiting for. Tremendous scenes. Listen to the crowd, and really, it can't be better. So, Peter, with you drinking already?
Yes, I'm celebrating a bit more. After seeing this fantastic crowd, it's turned out it's tremendous.
I've never seen so many people in the city of Birmingham. Absolutely incredible.
Yes, it is. We're just going to bask in our success now. I'm sure the supporters are as well.
You can't be bad, and you thoroughly deserve it. Well done, my son. I'm delighted to talk to you. Well, they're going to take the accolade of the crowd. The trophy's held high. Gary Shaw, can't be bad. We've even got Gordon Cowans. What have you got in your hand there, Gordon?
Just the top toe.
Only the top.
It's good enough.
You're happy? God blimey, I've never seen a team look so happy as you lot today.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
It is unbelievable. What about this crowd? I reckon there's about 40,000.
Right.
I'll tell you this now. The crowd really are waving their hands in the air and cheering. The champagne is flowing. I don't know really what else one can say to Aston Villa. This is their finest hour, let me tell you. And the manager, the team, are really deserving. The cup's held high. What a magnificent trophy. And I must add, there's a few dents in it as well, let me tell you. I hope Aston Villa haven't dropped it on their way here. I'm sure that isn't the case. We'll go over now to the speeches, and I hope that you can hear them loud and clear. They tell me the balcony's only designed...
All right, just once more then, come on.
Listen to that, absolutely tremendous. I just hope the balcony, which has built the whole 15 people, can stand all the crush, otherwise we'll all end up on the top of the bus, and that's some 20, 30 feet below me. The flags, the banners, the scarves. Oh, tremendous scenes. And the man who's even got his hair dyed claret and blue is rolling on the floor. The sight here is one that I never thought I'd see, quite frankly. In fact, even Butler's managed to get his hands on the trophy. You haven't dropped it, have you, Gordon? There's dents in it.
No, you're joking. There's dents all over the place. Probably off Liverpool, if
all right.
One.
Yeah,
okay,
you
fine, thank
Liverpool.
you.
They all really are truly a little bit disgraceful. Well, I got my hands on the trophy, and I think now the speeches are about to start. Although, to be honest with you, I don't think the fans care a damn about the speeches. All they want to do is celebrate with their team and to pay them the accolade they deserve. Ron's rampant lions, the flag says.
Now, ladies and gentlemen.
The Lord Mayor about to congratulate the team and the manager, I think. I can't see him in actual fact.
If you will be just quiet for 2 minutes, after the Lord Mayor has said a few words, I will smile for you.
Oh, now how about that?
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Lord Mayor of Birmingham, Councillor Joseph Bailey, the Lord Mayor of Birmingham.
And the polite applause from the crowd there. They're prepared to listen.
Ladies
It's their
and
day.
gentlemen, this is a very proud moment in our famous city.
The crowd echoing every word he says.
Aston Villa, one of our well-known and well-loved teams, are champions of the First Division.
Well, they're even on rooftops directly opposite me now.
The whole city rejoices and is proud to honour them on this day. The fact that thousands of you have turned up this morning proves how popular this achievement by our team is.
I wonder what sort of reception Ron Saunders will have when he steps to the microphone.
On behalf of our city, I congratulate the team and all those connected with it.
The crowd is now pushed right forward to the front of the Council House. There's hardly any space at all.
Now, let us give 3 cheers. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray!
A sea of hands and flags in the air. Incredible scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Saunders.
The manager. That's when he smiles, you get to cheer.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Ron Saunders.
wait for it. I will smile last.
I always thought he
The
looked
reception you've given us today is probably the best that, in my opinion, there ever has been throughout the country. It matches the support that you give us week after week, so we're not surprised. But next season is going to be another very hard season. We're going to be into Europe. And I know that not only will you support us the same as you've done this season, but you will continue to go on all over the world, setting a wonderful example to other supporters. Now, are you ready?
That's the famous Saunders smile, revealed for the first time. And I hope they've captured it on camera, let me tell you. Absolutely unbelievable. Do you know, I never realised the manager looked like that. No, I think maybe it's just as well if he doesn't smile. Perhaps people would appreciate it more. Well, he said his piece. The trophy's still being held high. Incredible scenes. The board of directors, Ron Vendel, the man who really has given the manager his full support. The cameras are gathering round to catch the smile, would you believe? Right, well, scenes here absolutely tremendous. And this has been Aston Villa's finest hour. The fans have really turned up in force. 40,000 is the Butler estimate. They're delighted. The team are delighted. The manager's smiling. All Birmingham's proud, and I think the West Midlands in particular has waited a long time for this. I believe the glory days are back with a vengeance, let me tell you. And it's hats off to Aston Villa. I'll hand you back to the studio.